Hello everyone, I Sheesh Ahmed welcome you all in the video series of Raspberry Pi. In today's video, we will see about the virtual network computing, that is also known as VNC. Okay, so VNC is basically used to access a system that is located remotely. So in my case, I will access the Raspberry Pi remotely through my laptop. So what I will do through VNC, I will use client server model. So I will make my laptop as a VNC client and I will make the Raspberry Pi as the VNC server. Okay. So I will through the my laptop as a VNC client, I will access remotely my Raspberry Pi as a VNC server. Okay. So what is the advantage of using this client server model, or why I'm going to using this VNC virtual network computing? The reason is that we cannot carry the display unit, the keyboard, the mouse with my Raspberry Pi module if we are moving from one place to another place. It's become very tedious for us. So what I will do, I will use my laptop keyboard, my laptop mouse, my laptop display unit, okay, to do the programming to access the Raspberry Pi remotely. Okay, so let's begin. And in this video, first of all, I will show you some slides, and then I will show you the practical demo. Okay, so let's begin. So what is VNC? Virtual network computing, that is VNC, is a type of remote control software that makes it possible to control another computer over a network connection. So we can access any computer through any computer. Okay. Keystrokes and the mouse clicks are transmitted from one computer to another computer. So what I will do when I want to access the Raspberry Pi that is located remotely, I will whenever I will I want to run a program for sensing the environmental temperature. So when I make the connection, I will use my laptop to program on the Raspberry Pi. Okay. Also, VNC works as a client server model that I have already told you. VNC viewer or a client is installed on the local computer and connects to the server component. So here my local computer, my laptop is a VNC client, and I will make the Raspberry Pi as a VNC server, which must be installed on the remote computer. The server transmits a duplicate of the remote computer display screen to the viewer. It also interprets commands coming from the viewer and carries them out on the remote computer. So whatever I will give the command through my laptop, that will be run on my Raspberry Pi module. Okay, Raspberry Pi chip. So this figure shows the logical connection of the VNC. Here you can see we have a VNC server and we are having different VNC clients. So my laptop is act as a VNC client and the Raspberry Pi will act the VNC server. So through my laptop I will access my Raspberry Pi. Okay. Now next move to the next slide. VNC features. First feature is it allows to control Raspberry Pi remotely. No need of external keyboard, mouse and display unit. We will use my laptop keyboard, mouse and display unit as in my Raspberry Pi. That is presented at some remote location. It is based on the client server model. It provides us a window in the server that enables us operate remote machine, for example my Raspberry Pi, with complete services. So what VNC give us, it will give me a window. On that window will be similar the window that we saw in my last video, we saw that whenever we have booted my Raspberry Pi, that the desktop that appears finally after the configuration, that will be similar window, similar desktop will be accessed in my laptop through VNC. Okay, our server and client machine must connect to the same network. This is a very important point. Okay, for example, let in my home I am having the router. Okay, so my Raspberry Pi as well as my laptop both are connected to the same network, means same router. And if, for example, let my laptop is connected to my home router, and my Raspberry Pi is connected to my mobile as a hotspot, I have connected to it. In that case, both are connected to different networks. So that in that case, that VNC server will not work. So you must ensure that both the devices, client and server, must be connected to the same network. Okay. So how we will do it? First of all, we install the VNC. So I have given the link in the slide, that here you can just copy this and paste on your browser, and this particular window will be open here, and here we are seeing an option, download VNC viewer, and we can download here from here. Okay, I will show you the practical demo also, no problem. And follow simple OK and next button. Okay, and to get installed, our VNC server will be get as a client, it will be get installed. Okay, so whenever it is installed, whenever you open this VNC viewer, it looks like that. Okay, the first screen looks like that. So what you have to do, you have to click on the file tab appearing at the top left corner, and go to the new connection option. Whenever you click on the new connection option, this screen will be displayed, and this screen is demanding two inputs from the user, that is the IP address of the VNC server and the name of the VNC server. So you can in the last video I have shown that at the time of the configuration, I especially told you that please note down the IP address of my Raspberry Pi. So that IP address I will enter here. Okay, so at the first time we need the display unit, monitor, keyboard and the mouse to start the Raspberry Pi, and note down the IP address that the Raspberry Pi received from the router. Okay, and that IP address will be entered here. Okay, so we need these components, keyboard, mouse and the display unit, first time only, and after getting the IP address, we can program, we can use our Raspberry Pi through this VNC server. Okay, so we will enter the IP address that we have noted down earlier in. Okay, and the name, you can name anything, you can put your name also here in the name field, friendly identifier, and click OK. After clicking OK, you will a new connection will be established. Okay, so here configuration of VNC. Enter the IP address of the Raspberry Pi module provided you at the time of the configuration, and name will be anything. After providing IP and the name of the remote machine, Raspberry Pi will be connected. We have new connection. For example, let in the my IP address, IP address of my Raspberry Pi was 192.168.1.190. So this is my IP. Don't use this IP in your machine, in your Raspberry Pi. You will get your own IP address. Okay, so this will not work if you enter my IP. And after connection, you have to authenticate yourself that you are a legitimate client or not. In that case, the username and password you have to provide it. So I have shown you in the earlier video that at the configuration time I have entered the username and password, and I have noted down also that username and password, and that username and password will be entered here when we have uh, when we are going to use the Raspberry Pi. Okay, so you have to note down the name and the name and the password of the Raspberry Pi at the time of the configuration. Okay, now we'll move to the next slide. So here you can see I have given the username as a Sheesh, and I have also provided the password that I have entered at the first time that I have configured my Raspberry Pi. Okay, and click OK, and this screen will be appear. This screen is similar screen that we got in the last video when we first time configured. This is the desktop we got when we have booted first time our Raspberry Pi. Okay, and here you can do all the things whatever you want. Okay, so let's go to the practical demo. Okay, so here I am going to open my browser. Here I have just paste the address of the to download the VNC viewer. I have copied the this address from my PPT. I pasted here, and if you enter this, you will get this page, and here get the option download VNC viewer. So I am going to download here. I will click it. I have downloaded it. Sorry. Now click here. When you click here, a window appears that is saying that select the language to use during the installation, and in default case English language has been already chosen. So I will keep it as it is, and I will click OK. Okay, so installation has been begun. So we click simply next button here, and after that I will accept the agreements. Click next. This is the path. We can change the path also. So I will keep it as it is. We'll press next and install. It is so give the permission for the installation. Okay. Okay. Now your VNC viewer have been installed properly. Click here to finish it. Finish. Now I am going to open my VNC viewer. So click here. VNC viewer. Okay, click here. Okay, now this window appears. Okay, please ensure that whenever you are going to use the VNC viewer, you must on your Raspberry Pi. Simply give the power to the charger that you used generally to charge your mobile. So you must ensure that your Raspberry Pi must be on. Okay, so in the next what I will do, I will go to the file menu, click here, we will choose a new connection, click here. Okay, now this window appears. Here you can see this is demanding the IP address of the VNC server and the name. So I will give the IP address that I have noted down earlier in the earlier video. You saw it. Okay, so my IP was 192.168.1.190. Your IP may be different. Okay, and name, you can name anything. For example, that I am writing a sheet. Okay, and I will click OK. Now this means that your Raspberry Pi is on, and we had made the connection as a client to the Raspberry Pi. Okay, Raspberry Pi is the VNC server, and I am the client, and I have established a connection. Okay, between the client and the server. Now I want to access that Raspberry Pi. So what I will do, I will double click here. Okay, so connection has been established, and now to enter the Raspberry Pi, this is demanding the username and the password of the Raspberry Pi. So in the last video I have shown that I have entered the username and password at the time of the configuration. So I will enter the same username and password here to login. So I will enter Sheesh as an username, and the password is, I've remembered the password. Yeah, and click here remember password. Okay. Oh, boom. Now here you can see we have the similar desktop of the Raspberry Pi in my laptop that we got in the last video. Okay. So here whatever you want, you can do anything, you can access anything of the Raspberry Pi, you can use any services of the Raspberry Pi. Here for example, here you can see the IP address of my Raspberry Pi 192.168.1.190. Okay, and you can do anything. You can click here to open the command prompt. Okay, you can create any file or folder here. Okay, you can configure again preferences and Raspberry Pi configuration. Okay, so here you can see change password is here. So uh, the password that I already given. Okay, so you can change here from also or anything. Here the main important point is that at the time of configuration I have on the VNC. Here you can see the VNC. Okay, if you have not on the VNC, in that case we will not able to connect it. That's why we have all on the all interfaces. Okay, these are the different protocols that can be used for communication. Okay, so now here we have the desktop. In the next video we will start the programming part. I will program for the first program will be of LED. So we will blink the LED, okay, using the Python language. I will use the Python language for doing all the programs. Okay. So thank you very much.